Our team spent weeks crafting this powerful sci-fi story just for you. If you enjoy human ingenuity, mysteries from the stars, and a bit of galactic awe, please consider liking the video, commenting your favorite moment, and subscribing for more. You won't believe how this story ends. In the vast glittering expanse of the galactic core, there were mysteries even the most advanced civilizations dared not speak aloud. And among them, the most sacred and most feared was the language of the Orthala, not merely ancient, prehistoric, primeval. It had vanished more than 80,000 cycles ago. No living species could pronounce it. Its structure defied linguistic logic. Its sound seemed to shimmer between dimensions. Scholars of the Galactic Concordat believed it to be the original language, the proto-communication of the first civilization, and it was gone. Until one day, a human child spoke it, live, during a broadcast watched by 92 trillion sentient beings. The child's name was Sasha Webb, and she was barely 14 months old. She had never spoken a full sentence. Her parents, linguists assigned to the Xenodiplomatic Corps, often played multilingual educational hollows around her, hoping to give her a head start in galactic society. She babbled, like all human babies. Sometimes sounds resembled words from Earth tongues, sometimes mimicry from alien dialects. Adorable, but ordinary. Until the broadcast. It was meant to be a simple segment, a cross-cultural celebration, part of the 200th anniversary of humanity's inclusion in the Galactic Concordat. The Webbs were invited to share a few moments of human family life with the wider galactic audience. Cameras hovered silently around them in their cozy residence aboard the Harmony Spire, a diplomatic hub orbiting the gas giant Zeller Prime. The baby sat on her father's lap, giggling. Then the room went silent. Sasha turned toward the camera and began to speak, not gibberish, not mimicry, language, but not a human one. Not one of the 3,000 Concord-registered dialects either. Her voice resonated unnaturally deep for a child. Words twisted space slightly around each syllable. Screens flickered. Harmonic sensors spiked into the red. And then, deep within the Concord's cultural AI vaults, a forbidden keyword pinged, orthalic. Galactic linguist Dr. Krix Varun dropped his flask when the alert came through. Impossible, he whispered. The last confirmed utterance of the Orthala tongue had been over 200,000 years ago, on a planet reduced to molten slag after the event. The Concord's protocols were clear. If anyone ever spoke Orthala again, they must be found. Contained, studied. It was not just language, it was a weapon, a frequency, a power. Within hours, Sasha Webb was at the center of a galactic incident. Her parents were quarantined, the Harmony Spire locked down, and every major power in the galaxy, the crystalline Silnar, the fire-blooded Venaxi, the machine minds of the core spiral, wanted one thing: the human infant who spoke the first language. Our team worked hard to bring you this story. If you're enjoying it so far, please leave a like and share your thoughts below. The finale holds a shocking revelation you won't want to miss. The Harmony Spire, usually a beacon of peace and diplomacy, had transformed overnight into a fortress under siege. Security drones hummed through gleaming corridors. Diplomats whispered urgent messages in dozens of tongues. The infant, Sasha Webb, lay in a specialized containment chamber, her tiny chest rising and falling peacefully, completely unaware of the galactic storm swirling around her. Dr. Marcus Webb and his wife, Ilara, paced nervously outside the chamber, their minds racing as they tried to understand how their daughter had uttered the impossible. "How?" Ilara murmured. "We've been raising her with nothing but love and stories. No alien tech, no strange exposure." Marcus shook his head. "Maybe it's something deeper, something genetic or something else." Across the galaxy, interest was exploding. The Galactic Concordat Council convened an emergency session. High on the agenda was the question: could the Orthala language be reawakened? And if so, what would that mean for galactic stability? Meanwhile, Dr. Krix Varun, the Concordat's top linguist, assembled a team of experts in xenolinguistics, quantum phonetics, and ancient histories. They pored over archived recordings of Orthala utterances, strange, haunting sounds that seemed to bend reality itself. But no one had a clue how a human baby could speak them, much less with perfect fluency. Conspiracy theories blossomed across the outer colonies. Was Sasha a chosen one? An ancient reincarnation? Or a weapon engineered by some lost civilization? The enigmatic Order of the Shattered Star, a secretive cult obsessed with Orthala lore, emerged from the shadows, desperate to claim Sasha for their own cryptic purposes. Security concerns escalated. Alien factions sent their agents to infiltrate the Harmony Spire. The human military unit guarding the facility braced for a potential battle that could trigger a diplomatic crisis. But the most urgent question hovered in the air. What exactly was Sasha saying? A snippet of her speech was broadcast again, a melodic, otherworldly phrase that shimmered in the air like a spell. Some claimed it was a prayer, others a code. As the Galactic Concordat scrambled to decode the message, the human infant remained silent. But deep inside her, something ancient was awakening. And it wasn't just language. The experts at the Galactic Concordat's top research facilities were confounded. The Orthala language was unlike anything ever encountered. It wasn't simply a series of sounds or symbols. It was multidimensional, weaving vibrations, frequencies, and subtle pulses that resonated not just through air, but through space-time itself. Dr. Krix Varun and his interdisciplinary team of xenolinguists, quantum physicists, and historians pored over hours of recordings from the live broadcast where Sasha had spoken. Every syllable shimmered with an intensity that bent their translation algorithms. Their computers registered waves that defied classical physics, signals that seemed to fold and unfold simultaneously, like echoes trapped in a fractal loop. After days of tireless analysis, a pattern began to emerge. The words Sasha had spoken were not words in the conventional sense. They were a blueprint, a sequence of instructions encoded in sound, structure, and rhythm. But what kind of instructions? No one could have guessed. The breakthrough came when Dr. Varun noticed that the acoustic signature aligned with an ancient theoretical framework proposed centuries ago, called the neural matrix resonance theory. The Orthala language appeared to map not just external objects or concepts, but internal cognitive states, a map of consciousness itself. The syllables corresponded to specific emotions, memories, and even potentialities latent within sentient minds. It was as if the language was designed to be experienced rather than spoken, a sonic key that could unlock dormant mental faculties or perhaps awaken latent psychic powers. Meanwhile, tensions on Harmony Spire escalated. The secretive cult known as the Order of the Shattered Star, obsessed with resurrecting Orthala knowledge and power, escalated their efforts to seize Sasha. Using shadow infiltration techniques and stealth technology, they managed to bypass external security and infiltrate the lower levels of the spire under cover of darkness. However, Marcus Webb had anticipated potential threats. Drawing on his military background and deep understanding of human resilience, he had prepared contingency plans and improvised defenses. When the infiltrators attempted an abduction, Marcus led a small team in a desperate but successful counterattack through the labyrinthine corridors. The skirmish was brief but intense. Marcus used a combination of guerrilla tactics and the environment, trapping attackers in zero-gravity maintenance shafts and using electromagnetic pulse grenades to disable their tech. The event was broadcast discreetly within the Concordat, sending ripples of shock and admiration through the military and diplomatic communities. Public opinion fractured across the galaxy. Some viewed Sasha as a beacon of hope, a symbol that humanity had a special place in the cosmic order. The possibility that the Orthala language had returned, through a human child no less, ignited imaginations about what humanity might truly be capable of. Others feared the implications. The Order of the Shattered Star warned that awakening the Orthala tongue could unleash forces beyond control, ancient powers that had once devastated entire star systems. Political factions jockeyed for position. Some called for strict containment and scientific study. Others whispered about weaponizing the child's abilities. Amidst this turmoil, Ilara Webb noticed peculiar phenomena around her daughter. Small, subtle effects at first. Nearby plants growing faster and healthier, flickering lights in the nursery, electronic devices behaving erratically. Sasha's babbling Orthala phrases seemed to emit a faint harmonic field that gently influenced her surroundings. The baby's eyes sometimes glowed with an otherworldly luminescence when she spoke, and her expression suggested awareness beyond her age. It was as if the language she wielded was more than communication. It was a form of creation itself. Our team is working hard to bring you this thrilling saga. If you're enjoying it so far, a like and comment mean the world to us. The revelations ahead will blow your mind. The Harmony Spire hummed with an uneasy energy. Every hallway echoed with whispers and the clicking of comm devices, as factions within the Galactic Concordat debated what to do with the child who held the key to the ancient Orthala language. Meanwhile, deep beneath the spire's surface, a secret research vault buzzed to life. Dr. Krix Varun had obtained clearance for an unprecedented experiment, to try activating the latent potential within the Orthala language itself, using Sasha as the catalyst. The vault was filled with advanced neural interface tech, devices capable of mapping and interfacing with cognitive functions at the quantum level. Ilara watched nervously as scientists prepared Sasha's crib, ensuring the baby was safe and calm. Marcus stood guard, his military instincts sharpened by recent events. As the experiment began, Sasha cooed softly, repeating the alien syllables she had spoken on the broadcast. The machines picked up fluctuating neural signals that seemed to respond in kind, lighting up complex patterns on the monitors. Then something extraordinary happened. A subtle wave of energy radiated from Sasha, detectable even by sensors outside the vault. The scientists exchanged astonished looks. The Orthala language was not only unlocking Sasha's mind, it was reaching out beyond her, influencing the environment and perhaps even the fabric of space itself. But with this breakthrough came new concerns. The energy waves hinted at a force that could be dangerous if uncontrolled. Outside the vault, political tension boiled over. Representatives from alien races demanded access to Sasha, eager to understand or harness her abilities. The Galactic Concordat security forces tightened their grip, aware that Sasha was now a focal point for galactic power struggles. In a quiet moment, Ilara sat by Sasha's crib, cradling her daughter gently. "What are you, little one?" she whispered. Sasha smiled and softly repeated a phrase that sent a chill down Ilara's spine, the Orthala word for awakening. As the days passed, more secrets emerged. Hidden in the ancient language's structure were embedded warnings, encoded messages left by the Orthala civilization before their extinction. The language was not merely a tool. It was a living legacy, a cautionary tale woven into sound, meant to guide or warn future generations. But who, or what, had created the Orthala language? And why was Sasha the one to unlock it now? The answers lay buried in the shadows of the galaxy, waiting to be uncovered. Our team has been pouring endless effort into bringing you this incredible story. If you're enjoying Sasha's journey and the unfolding mystery, please leave a like and comment. It truly helps us create more content like this. The stakes are rising fast, and the next chapter will leave you breathless. The warning of "the fracture returns" sent ripples of fear throughout the Galactic Concordat. The ancient catastrophe the Orthala feared was not just a myth. It was an impending cosmic event threatening to rip apart reality itself. Dr. Krix Varun's team worked frantically, racing against an invisible clock to understand the mechanism behind the fracture. Sasha's unique connection to the Orthala language made her the galaxy's most valuable asset, and its most vulnerable. She was a beacon, her mind attuned to the ancient powers and secrets buried in the language's structure. But each utterance seemed to draw more attention, from allies and enemies alike. Outside the vault, Marcus Webb coordinated a multi-species task force dedicated to protecting Sasha. Soldiers from human special forces worked alongside alien security units, sharing tactics and technology to fortify the Harmony Spire. Yet threats mounted, saboteurs infiltrated, and mysterious energy surges disrupted systems. In the midst of this chaos, Sasha's visions became clearer and more urgent. She saw star systems collapsing into voids, entire fleets swallowed by invisible storms, and a dark entity looming, a remnant of the ancient Orthala downfall. Alara watched in awe and terror as her daughter, barely a toddler, reached out with words and gestures that conveyed a wisdom beyond her years. Scientists theorized that the Orthala language was a form of cosmic code, a set of instructions encoded into the very fabric of existence. If harnessed correctly, it could rewrite reality or stabilize the universe. If misused, it could accelerate the fracture. As the Concordat leaders debated their next move, a shocking revelation emerged. The Order of the Shattered Star had found a way to reverse engineer some of Sasha's abilities, creating unstable but powerful weapons. These weapons could tear open the space-time fabric, accelerating the coming catastrophe. Marcus led a daring raid to neutralize the Order's base, navigating treacherous alien terrain and advanced defenses. The mission was a success, but at great cost. Many lives were lost, and the Order escaped with a fragment of Sasha's language encoded in a device. Back at the Spire, Sasha's crib hummed with energy as the child babbled in Orthala, opening windows of glowing light that shimmered in the darkness. Alara held her close, whispering, "We will stop the fracture, my love. We have to." The countdown to cosmic disaster had begun, and the galaxy's fate rested on the tiny shoulders of a child who spoke the ancient language of the stars. Our team has been working tirelessly to bring you this incredible saga. If you're hooked on Sasha's journey, please leave a like and a comment. Your support fuels our work. The next chapter unveils secrets that will redefine the galaxy's future. As Sasha's utterances in the ancient Orthala language grew more frequent and precise, the research team made a startling discovery. The language was not just a means of communication, but a key to awakening something far older and far more powerful, the guardian of the Orthala legacy. This guardian was a sentient entity, created by the Orthala millennia ago to protect their knowledge and prevent misuse of their power. Dormant for ages, the guardian could only be roused by a being fluent in the ancient language, a role Sasha now fulfilled. Dr. Krix Varun's team worked feverishly to decipher the complex neural codes embedded in Sasha's speech. As the baby vocalized a sequence of Orthala words, the vault's core began to resonate with a strange energy, pulsing in sync with Sasha's voice. Outside, the political tensions mounted. The Galactic Concordat's factions debated whether to trust the Guardian or destroy it preemptively as a potential threat. The Order of the Shattered Star, however, sought to harness the Guardian's power for domination, a move that could doom the galaxy to endless war. Meanwhile, Marcus Webb prepared his team for the worst. He knew the battle for control over Sasha and the Guardian was coming, and it would not be fought with words alone. Within the vault, Sasha's crib glowed softly. The energy she emitted began to coalesce into a shimmering figure, vast and radiant, embodying the wisdom and power of the ancient Orthala. The Guardian had awakened. The moment was breathtaking, but fragile. If the Guardian accepted Sasha's link, it would stand as the galaxy's protector. If rejected or corrupted, it could become the very harbinger of destruction the Orthala feared. Sasha reached out, her tiny hand touching the Guardian's luminous form. A wave of harmony spread through the vault, quieting the tensions outside. For the first time in millennia, hope returned. But the Order of the Shattered Star was already mobilizing for a final assault to seize the Guardian's power. The battle for the galaxy's future was about to begin. Our team has worked tirelessly to bring you this thrilling saga. If you're enjoying Sasha's incredible journey, please like and comment. Your support means the universe to us. The final battles are approaching, and the tension couldn't be higher. The Guardian's awakening sent a surge of energy rippling through the Harmony Spire and across the nearby star systems. Its presence was both awe-inspiring and terrifying. A towering figure of light, its form shifting like liquid crystal, pulsating with ancient power. The Order of the Shattered Star launched their attack with ruthless precision. Armed with weapons crafted from corrupted fragments of the Orthala language, their forces assaulted the Spire's defenses, seeking to claim the Guardian. Marcus Webb and his elite squad engaged the enemy in fierce combat, utilizing advanced tactics combining human ingenuity with alien technology. Each battle was a desperate struggle to protect Sasha and the newly awakened Guardian. Inside the vault, Ilara held Sasha tightly, shielding her from the chaos. The infant's connection with the Guardian grew stronger, their energies intertwining in a dance of light and sound. The Guardian communicated through Sasha's mind, sending visions of the past and glimpses of the possible futures. It revealed the true nature of the fracture, not merely a disaster but a cycle of cosmic renewal, one that could either cleanse or destroy entire galaxies. Amidst the battle, a moment of clarity emerged. The Guardian showed a way to stabilize the fracture, a sequence encoded deep within the Orthala language, now accessible through Sasha. But the cost was high. To activate this sequence, Sasha would need to channel immense energy, risking her own life to save countless others. As the Order breached the final defense lines, Marcus made a bold decision. With Ilara's blessing, he carried Sasha to the heart of the vault, where the Guardian awaited. In a flash of radiant light, Sasha began to sing, the ancient Orthala language flowing from her lips like a cosmic melody, weaving the fabric of spacetime back together. The spire trembled, stars flickered, and the fracture's edges began to heal. But victory was not without sacrifice. Our team has poured their hearts into this epic saga, and we're grateful you've been with us every step of the way. If you've enjoyed Sasha's incredible journey, please hit like and leave a comment. Your support inspires us to create more stories just like this. The grand finale is here, and it's nothing short of spectacular. The cavernous vault was bathed in radiant light as Sasha's voice, soft yet powerful, echoed through the chamber. The ancient Orthala language flowed from her lips, a celestial melody stitching together the fractured strands of spacetime. Outside, the chaos of battle raged on, but within the vault, time seemed to slow. Marcus Webb stood guard, his rifle trained on the breaches, ready to defend the child and the Guardian at all costs. Ilara held Sasha close, tears streaming down her face, awed by the miracle unfolding before her eyes. The Guardian's form shimmered, its luminous tendrils weaving through the starry fabric, repairing what had been torn apart. The energy coursing through Sasha was immense. The tiny child's eyes glowed with a serene light as she channeled the ancient power. Suddenly, a final surge of energy burst forth. The fracture's dark maw began to close, the rift in reality knitting itself together like a cosmic tapestry. The Order of the Shattered Star's forces faltered, overwhelmed by the sheer force of restoration. Their weapons faltered, their spirits broken. As the last words of the Orthala language faded from Sasha's lips, silence fell. The galaxy was saved, for now. But the cost was clear. Sasha, drained and fragile, was cradled by Ilara. The Guardian, its mission complete, slowly faded into a constellation of stars, leaving behind a legacy of hope. Leaders from across the Galactic Concordat gathered, humbled by the event, and united in a renewed commitment to peace and cooperation. Marcus looked at Sasha, a fierce determination burning in his eyes. "This is only the beginning," he whispered. "The universe still holds many mysteries, and we'll face them, together." The ancient language was no longer lost. It lived in the heart of a human child, a symbol of resilience, unity, and the infinite potential of life.